Hey y'all, it's currently 5:21 and I decided, since she's up and I'm up, well, I ain't got a choice but to be up, I'm like, let's do a story time about my induction at 39 weeks. She lit, y'all. I got a bonnet on. We finna put her bonnet on. Her little bonnet came from Amazon. It's linked in my storefront, and I'll have it in the description box if y'all want to get y'all babies one. They have them in like all sizes. I think this one is 0 to 3 months. She's had it since she was a newborn. It's empty, girl, but it's okay. Y'all, my baby is 4 months old. What's today? Today's the 26th of December. She's 4 months old. I had my baby girl on August 19th. She was supposed to be born, I was supposed to get induced the 17th. They pushed it back. I almost said, forget it, don't even worry about inducing me. Like, I'm just wait to go into labor on my own. But like, my stomach hadn't dropped. I was getting impatient. I was tired of being pregnant. So then I called them back, I think the next day, and then I rescheduled it for that Friday, which was the 19th. No. I rescheduled it for that Thursday night, which was the 18th, because my induction started at 10 p.m. Like, my Pitocin started at 10 p.m. I got there at 8 p.m. We went through like procedures, policies, what was gonna happen and all of that stuff. Got like my room set up and all of that, my IVs hooked up and everything. And then 10 o'clock came, and then that's when they started me on like 2 milliliters of Pitocin. I was getting 2 milliliters of Pitocin, and they was increasing it by 2, I think every 2 or 4 hours. I don't remember. And then they like at I think it was like at 6 a.m. they increased it to like 4. Like, I was getting an extra 4. Well, I was getting an extra 2, so I was getting like 4 in total to like increase my contractions or whatever. But yeah, so I had her at 39 weeks in, I think, 5 days. I had an elective induction. Highly recommend, like, if you're a mom, like an expecting mom, and you don't know whether you just want to wait and do it natural or if you want to get an induction. If you don't mind not doing it natural, I highly recommend getting an elective induction. It is such a controlled environment. It is so peaceful. Like, you know what's gonna happen. Well, like, at least with mine. But like, I heard that like things can go sideways. Like, once they get you started on your Pitocin, like, your contractions can come in like real strong, real heavy and stuff like that. But mine didn't. Like, it was super controlled. It went exactly how we planned it to go. Like, right on time and all of that. So once they started my Pitocin, if you don't know what Pitocin is, it is like a synthetic, it's like the synthetic hormone that makes you contract, makes you go into labor. I don't really like know the science behind it and stuff like that. It's the synthetic oxytocin, and oxytocin is what makes you contract and go into labor and stuff like that. That's all I know. I'm not a doctor, so don't like quote me on this stuff, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So like, my labor was like real, like subtle. Like, if I could do it again, I would. Like, if I have another baby, I would do it like that 10 times over. Like, I enjoyed my labor and delivery process. She like not even paying attention, but it's okay. So once they got my Pitocin going, I was contracting, I think maybe like, my contractions started like maybe like 5 minutes for the longest, but they weren't hurting like at all. Like my contractions, they just felt like mini cramps. But then as they started to like increase my Pitocin, like I think it was either every 2 hours or every 4 hours, they increased it by another like 2 milliliters. So I was getting 2, then I was getting 4. I think it was every 4 hours, and then I was getting 6. I don't think we made it to 10, but I don't remember. What was I gonna say? My contractions, they just felt like small little period cramps or whatever. But then as they like gradually was increasing my Pitocin, they did get stronger, but like they were never unbearable. Like I had a real easy labor. Then like when 6 o'clock hit and they like increased it, like when I think my Pitocin levels might have been at like 6 or 7 or 8 or something like that. Like I really don't remember. And that's when they were starting to get stronger, but they weren't unbearable. Like I was one of those moms where I'm like, I'm not getting epidural. Like you can't convince me to get epidural. And like with the contractions that I was having, I thought I was gonna make it through without the epidural. Disclaimer, I didn't. They gave me that epidural and I loved it. When I have another baby, I'm getting the epidural again. But yeah, like my contractions, they didn't get unbearable until I hit like 8 centimeters. And then that's when it was like, okay, like what type of pain reliever can I get? And then it was like, we can give you like this laughing gas stuff. It's not really going to take the pain away. It's just going to make you forget about it for like a split second. And you're just going to feel high. And I'm like, no, baby, this pain, we need it gone. Like, get this shit gone right now. So then I'm like, just get the epidural. And then it was like, okay, we got to wait for the anesthesiologist. And stuff. But they came like really, really fast. Like, I asked for the epidural and I think I got it like 10 minutes later. They probably knew that I was gonna ask for it, because once like them contractions really started like getting there, like when I hit 8 centimeters, like them contractions, y'all, they was no joke. When they say they just feel like really strong period cramps, they're lying to you, because don't know period cramps feel like that. It literally felt like somebody took my insides and balled them up in a fist and just was squeezing and wringing my insides. And I don't like pain. I don't do pain. So I'm like, oh yeah, let me get that epidural. And once I got that epidural, y'all, like I was feeling lovely. And then, but it was like right after I got my epidural, they were like, okay, now we gotta just wait for the baby to do what it needs to do. Like your contractions, they're moving good, they're strong, like you're about to have your baby soon. And I'm like, okay, well, when do I know when to call y'all back in here? And they were like, you're gonna know, like it's gonna feel like you have to poop. And I'm like, how am I supposed to know the difference between a poop and it's time to push the baby? But they wasn't lying, y'all, when they said it does feel like you gotta poop and stuff like that. But I don't know if that was after they broke my water. Oh, no. Let me rewind a little bit. So after I got my my epidural, I think I might have went through like a few more contractions. They did a cervical check, and then they were like, okay, you're 8 centimeters dilated, or you're 9 centimeters, or however. I don't remember. Like after I got that epidural, everything went super quick. So they were like, the doctor's gonna come up and she's going to break your water. She came, she broke my water. That was like the weirdest feeling ever. It was just like a bunch of like a pool of warm fluids just pouring out of me. It looked nasty. It was my amniotic fluid and stuff like that. And it just felt like I peed on myself, like a big pee. But then after that, they were like, okay, now that we done broke your water, like baby's gonna be coming soon. So like once it feels like you gotta poop, like you got this really, 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 really strong urge to poop, call us in here. Y'all, after they broke my water, they told me that and they left. Like, I just got so super nauseous. When they tell you not to eat after a certain time, when you go into labor and stuff like that, listen to them, because I didn't listen to them. Like, I was still snacking. I was supposed to be on a clear liquid diet or clear food diet or whatever it was called. But I was hungry, y'all. Like, how you gonna tell almost basically 10-month pregnant person that she can't eat for like 12 hours, y'all? I was like starving. So I was snacking. I was eating my little Chick-fil-A salad and stuff like that. I think I might have had some chips. Y'all, I got nauseous and I literally threw up all over the labor and delivery room floor, y'all. Like, it was really, really bad. But I tried to prevent it. Like, her dad was in the room with me and I'm like, Ken, you gotta go, like, get me the trash can. He was acting so dumb, y'all. Like, he didn't see that big ass trash can, y'all. That was irritating me so bad, because I'm like, get the trash can, get the trash can. I'm like, I'm about to throw up. He was just acting like he didn't know what was going on. And then when he finally found a trash can, not the one that I was pointing to, not the one that was literally like directly in front of our faces, after he finally found one, I think he might have been, girl, not you throwing up. I'm gonna use this shirt. He was like 2 steps away from me and I just hurled, because like I was trying to hold it in and wait for him to get the trash can, but he was taking too long for me. So, she's really tired, y'all. Like, I don't know if y'all can tell, but like, she's like fighting her sleep or whatever. Like, it's 5:30 in the morning and she needs to be going to sleep. So, after I threw up, I think maybe like 10 or 20 minutes might have went by and I'm like, oh yeah, can it feel like I gotta poop? I told him, like, it feels like I gotta poop. And then I'm like, yeah, go get the nurse. Like, he ran out to the, well, he had already ran out to tell them that I threw up. And then they cleaned it up, left, and I'm like, I gotta poop. Like, it's time for the baby to come. Like, it's time, get somebody. So the doctor and the nurses came in. It was so many people. They had asked me originally that I want a mirror, and I'm like, no, I don't want no mirror. I don't want to watch this. Like, this is nasty. When they came back, I'm like, yeah, bring me that mirror. I want to see it. So we got my little mirror set up. I had a really great team. Like, the nurses were great. My doctor, like, I loved my doctor. She was super good. She coached me through it. The nurse that I had, my RN, she coached me through it. Like, they really, without them, I don't know how she was going to get out, because when I was pushing, I was not pushing correctly. Like, I would push and then I would suck her right back up, y'all. So, I had to hold my legs up. I don't know why, like, I had to hold my legs up, but I had to hold my legs up. I think her dad held one foot, and then my RN, she held my other foot. And then they were like, okay, when you feel a contraction coming, that's when you push. And they wasn't lying. Like, you're gonna know when to push. Like, for real, y'all. So, every time I had a contraction, I would push. And I was like making progress, but I didn't know, like, when you are pushing, you have to like push, but then after that contraction is over, like, you have to hold where you're at. If you don't hold and like you just breathe back in, you're gonna suck the baby right back up. And that's what I kept doing, like, my first few pushes. And then the RN was like, when you push and hold, like, hold that breath that you're in. And then when you feel another contraction, push again. And then that's when I started to see progress, because I was watching through the mirror. And having that mirror was so encouraging. Like, if your stomach can stand it, I highly recommend getting a mirror when you deliver, because it is, one, it's like a really cool experience to watch yourself give birth and like see what's going on. And two, like, I think it's just really encouraging. Like, I thought it was fun. Like, I had fun during my labor and delivery process, but that was just me. I don't know how many pushes it took. It took quite a few. I think I was pushing for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. I don't remember exactly. I think I started at like 10, and she was born at 10:17, or maybe it was like a little bit before 10, but I wasn't pushing that long. I was pushing longer than I wanted to, because my doctor was like, oh yeah, girl, your body's doing what it needs to do. Like, you're going to be like 2 pushes and done. And I probably would have been if I didn't push and suck her back up, push and suck her back up. But once I got the hang of it, yeah, like I was doing the thing. Like, my body, she was doing what she needed to do to get this baby up out of me. So I was pushing. Then I started pooping, y'all. Oh my God. I'm like, I really hope I don't start pooping during all of this, because I really don't want to poop on my baby. Like, that's embarrassing. It's going to be all these people watching me and I'm pooping. It didn't even matter. I was literally watching myself poop. My doctor, she cleaned, like, as it was coming out, she cleaned it up. She covered it up, all of that. Like, it's completely normal for you to poop. I feel like if you don't poop, like, what is your body doing? Because that is like some stressful stuff. Like, I feel like everybody poops. If you don't, you're lucky. But I was pooping as I was pushing. Like, you can't help it. Like, you're literally pushing. But I didn't care. Like, once you're in that moment when you're pushing and stuff, like, you don't even care for real. So after about 25 minutes, she finally came flying out. I was so happy, but like, I was at a loss for words. I couldn't believe I just gave birth. I got a baby. They didn't put this baby on my chest. I did start crying though. Like, I wasn't like bawling, but like my eyes was watering. I had tears running down my face or whatever. I didn't say nothing to her when she came out and they put her on my chest, because I was just like, damn, did I really just have a baby? Yeah, she's tired, because then she get to talking and making these noises, and girl, like, be for real. So after she came flying out, they put her on my chest. We did skin to skin. They also put her on my breast, because I do breastfeed. And after you have a baby, like, you gotta breastfeed like immediately, so that your body can like produce your colostrum, and it just tells your brain like, okay, the baby's out, now you need to do what you got to do to feed this baby. And I didn't have a problem. I had a problem breastfeeding because her latch was like real bad, and it hurt. I don't think her latch was bad because she was eating. I just feel like my nipples were overly sensitive. She still to this day has a really strong suction, but like, my nipples aren't as sensitive as they were. So like, I struggled. So I breastfed her for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. And then I'm like, I'm gonna have to pump, because it doesn't hurt as bad to pump as it did to like latch her on. So her first 2.5 months, she was bottle fed, but it was still breast milk. Like, she was still breastfed, but I was not latching her, bro, because that, it hurt so bad that my nipples were dry and cracked, and what is the matter? So yeah, but then as my nipples like started to like desensitize and stuff like that, I was latching her. Then she was having a problem latching, because she like, girl, this this ain't no bottle. Like, the milk wasn't coming out fast enough for her and stuff like that. And then eventually, like, she got the hang of it. Then it got to where I was, like, after I got off work, she wasn't getting a bottle. It was strictly breast. And that was like a game changer. Like, breastfeeding at nighttime, not having to worry about getting up, heating up a bottle and stuff like that, game changer. And now I've been home with her. I got fired from my job. And since I've been home with her, she's been like strictly on the breast. She doesn't even like bottles for real. She doesn't really know how to eat out of them anymore. She chokes on them because, like, with the breast, you can like, she can pull at her own speed, and so she drinks really, really fast from the breast. From the bottle, like, if she does that with the bottle, she's gonna choke. But that's not what this video is about. I can make another video about breastfeeding, the challenges, what I did, and stuff like that. This is about my 39-week induction. So after we did our little skin to skin, she breastfed. I was like still a little loopy from the epidural, because I think the epidural kind of makes you like high. I don't know for real. They took me, no, I think it was like 5 minutes after I had her, they started pushing on my stomach so that I could deliver my placenta. And I don't know, like, all of that, it just went by so fast. Once I had my baby, like, everything just was a blur. Like, I couldn't even like think straight. Like, I was just astounded that I really just had a baby. I just delivered a baby. I pushed the baby out. Like, y'all, I couldn't believe it. Her dad cut her umbilical cord, but like, I didn't even like see it. Like, I think I was locked in on her the whole time. I didn't watch it. I have a video of it, but like, I didn't see it in real time because I couldn't focus in on it. After they cut I think after they cut her tubes, what do they call it? Cut her umbilical cord. Then they delivered the placenta. I don't remember. I had a picture of my placenta too. I had her dad take a picture of it. The first hour I had her, we did skin to skin. It helps regulate like her temperature and stuff like that. And then her dad did some skin to skin. And then they took her and they started doing like the eye wash, the weight. They gave her a bath while I was in the bathroom. I didn't even get to see her first bath because I was in the bathroom going through like the postpartum perennial care and stuff like that. Like, I was getting my little pad on, washing down there with the peri bottle. I had my little witch hazel wipes and stuff. Like, so she got a bath. I didn't get to see it in real time, but I have a video of it. I wish I could have seen it. I really didn't even want her to get a bath in her first 24 hours, but like, I cared, but like, I really didn't care. I just wanted to have a safe delivery and have my baby come out healthy. And she did, and I had just that. Like, I had an amazing team. After you have your baby, like, you talk to a lactation consultant. After a few hours, they transfer you to another room where you stay for the rest of your visit. And that was really it. After you go through your induction, and then they do like a bunch of labs and stuff. Like, she had to get poked a few times because we had concerns of jaundice. She didn't have jaundice. Well, like, every baby has like a little bit of jaundice in them, but her levels never got to the point where she had to be like treated for it under like that blue light or whatever. But yeah, like, I'm gonna say it again, if you have the option to have an induced labor, like, you can schedule induced labor, is that what it's called? Yeah. If you have the option to do that at 39 weeks or whenever you want to do it, you have to wait until 39 weeks. But if you have the option to do it, do it. I loved it. Like I said, it was a controlled environment. But I also think having a really good team contributes to that. Like if I didn't have the team that I had, it might not have went the way I wanted it to go, but I loved it. Had a really good team. They coached me through everything. They made me feel like everything was going to be okay, and it was. Very encouraging people. Like they weren't trying to force me to do anything that I did not want to do. And yeah, like it was cool. So that's that. Now she's here. So I got induced the 18th. 10 p.m. is when we started my Pitocin, and 10:17 is when I had her. So technically it was like 12 hours of labor, but like I think I only went through like an hour or 2 hours of actual labor pains, like where it was unbearable and stuff like that. So yeah, that's good. 1 hour to 2 hours, like that ain't nothing. And now I got my baby, and she's my twin, y'all. She literally looks just like me. I cannot believe she's up right now kicking it. Like yesterday was Christmas, and we were up really, really early and on the move early too. Like, y'all, we was up at like 7, 8, out the house by like 9, 9:30, and we didn't get back home until like 9:30, I think. So yeah. So that is how Promise got here. I don't know if I told y'all her name, but her name is Promise Serenity. I don't even remember how like I came about figuring out that name. Me and my best friend, my sister, her auntie, we came up with that name together. Promise Serenity. My first girl, my first kid, period. Yeah, and I would do it over again. The only thing that scares me about pregnancy, again, is not pregnancy itself. It's not labor and delivery. It's that postpartum care. But that, I'm going to talk about that in another video, because that postpartum care, perennial care is traumatizing. Like when I say that shit is traumatizing, I mean it is like, it'll make you not want to have another kid. But thank y'all for watching our video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. Hit me in my DMs on Instagram or whatever. I am all for helping out moms. Like that's what my platforms are for, especially like my TikTok. I talk to women on a daily basis about pregnancy, being a first-time mom, and things like that. So this is nothing new to me. So yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching our first YouTube video.